What's up? This is Rap Hits, and so I got some major jail updates for y'all. We're gonna be talking about 6ix9ine. We're gonna be talking about K-Flock. We're gonna be talking about Boosie, and we might have a couple other bonus people that we're talking about, but those are the main ones we're gonna be covering today. So let's get started with 6ix9ine. I was the first to tell y'all he's going back to jail. I was telling y'all this for so long that y'all didn't even believe me when I was first saying it. If you go back to my old videos, I was saying 6ix9ine is about to do some jail time. Y'all was in the comments acting like I was capping or something. Y'all didn't respect my grind. See, this is Rap Hits, and it's time y'all start understanding. I'm giving y'all breaking news that is coming from very credible sources. So when I'm out here telling y'all 6ix9ine was going back to jail, I had a whole lot of people saying that he wasn't. Like I was just out here just reporting false news or something. So now y'all understand he's going to jail, right? Y'all get that now, right? Because at first y'all didn't believe me, but look, after a while it started to sink in because even he started talking about it. Now y'all believe me. So look, I need y'all to hit that like button for me because I'm gonna be breaking some news for y'all, and now maybe y'all can start understanding I'm coming through with some information, and sometimes it's breaking before everyone else. So now, look, 6ix9ine, he's gonna be doing some jail time. He won a house arrest. This stems from a case where it looks like somebody had tried to run up on him with a thumper, and you know, they was kind of like a hater or something, I guess, and somehow that turned into a physical altercation. It sounds like, and that's what this is all about. And you know, and a few other various probation violations. They found some stuff in his house. They found like a thumper in his house. They found some substances in his house when they raided his home while he was on house arrest last time. So 6ix9ine has officially gotten sentenced. They denied his request for house arrest. They said, no, you got to go sit down in jail. So they're taking him to the feds, and I think it's going to be in New York over where he was before when he was locked up with Diddy. I think they call it MDC or something. I forget what it's called, but it's out there in New York. I believe that's where he's gonna be. And they said you're gonna have to sit down for 3 months. Yo, he got off super light. That's a light 3 months. He's gonna be able to do that in no time and pop back out. No one's gonna even realize he's gone. He's just gonna sit down for the winter. Looks like he got to turn himself in around January 6th, is what I'm hearing. So January 6th, he's going to sit down, and then February, March, April, he should be out April 6th, maybe even before, because it seems like 6ix9ine always catches these breaks where they let him out early or something. So who knows, maybe he'll do like 2 months and they'll let him out the last month of house arrest again or something, because he seems to have that type of, you know, leniency when it comes to 6ix9ine. So I think the prosecutors were requesting about 6 to 9 months. They really wanted like 9 months out of him, but the judge ain't going. He said, no, just give him a little, a light 3, you know what I'm saying? So he'll be out soon. That ain't gonna be nothing for him to do. And I guess he's gonna pop back out and get back on his stuff, you know. He's turning into a streamer. Now he's becoming like a streamer like Ada Ross and Kai Cenat and them and Neon. So looks like he's gonna be mostly, he figured out how to get that bag. So I bet you he's going to be doing a lot of streaming when he's coming out. And that might even take over his music, because he might not even be inspired to really put out no music after that, because I'm hearing the streamers are getting more money than the rappers these days. So once he gets into that streaming bag, he'll probably start like really, you know, just focusing on that, because I don't see, like, once you start making that bag off of streaming, what would make you want to go back to rapping if you're making like way more than you were rapping? I mean, I think that's going to end up being his future. But let's go on to the next subject. So the next subject of the day is K-Flock. K-Flock is going to be sentenced soon, but the prosecutors are recommending 50 years. That's what the prosecutors are recommending based on guidelines. They're saying this is the sentencing guidelines for what he's charged with. They boasted his charges up because they added like a RICO or something and tried to add some, I don't know, some extra stuff onto it. So it's like, you know, it's not just that incident that went down where it looked like self-defense. It would have been self-defense probably in any other state that's not New York, because New York is very strict about rules like that. So maybe he can appeal this and get some help on this case, because to me, what's happened that day sounds a lot like self-defense. And in New York, you can't even say that. You can't say nothing about no self-defense. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, you know, that's how a lot of them states out of New York be. Like in the cities, when you're in that area, you're not, it sounds like you're not really allowed to defend yourself. Like if it was Texas or Florida or something like that, he probably would have had a good chance at this being stand your ground. But yeah, he's going to be recommended for 50 years sitting down. That's more than Rondo number 9 got. Rondo number 9 and C, they got like 35. People thought that was a lot. The prosecutors want 50 years out of K-Flock. No, I think K-Flock was about 18 when this happened. This happened about, I don't know, I'm hearing it was about 3 years ago, maybe 2022 or something. So K-Flock's probably like 20 or 21 now. And so that means they want him to sit down till he's 70 years old. This is substantial time that they're trying to get this dude. They don't want this dude to see the light of day. And so, yeah, if the judge agrees and goes along with what the prosecutors are recommending, he's going to get 50 years. Maybe his lawyers can get the judge to give him some leniency, and maybe you will see. I'll keep y'all updated. I mean, it's not looking too good. I think his sentencing is coming up in about January as well. So, yeah, they're going to keep this dude for a long time if he gets 50 years or anywhere near that. So, look, they have no mercy on this dude out there in New York. I mean, that's crazy. Now, my last report of the day is on Boosie, and this isn't necessarily an update on his sentencing, because from the last I heard, Boosie was sentenced to like, what was it, like 2 years or something. You're going to have to go back into my last video and check out exactly the details on exactly how long they wanted Boosie to sit down for, but I think it was like 2 years. But now I'm hearing that might not happen. I'm hearing word is going around that, you know what I'm saying, before he goes in, it sounds like they might be working with him to even remove that. So I'm hearing he might not even have to sit down for those 2 years now. They might do it like house arrest, or they might do probation or something. I'm hearing he might catch a break. That's what I'm hearing. So I'll keep y'all updated as more information comes out about Boosie, because the last I heard, his lawyers are working on that and trying to make it so that he doesn't have to turn himself in at all. And so he is supposed to be getting his time. I think that was coming up in, I don't know, maybe January as well. But then we got the Dirk trial coming up January. So January is a big month for rappers in jail and court and all that. But we'll see if Boosie ends up even doing time. I'm not sure what's to him. It's kind of weird, you know. At first they were saying time, now they're not. I don't know. Like I said, I have to get more details on that and let y'all know. But if he does do his time, he got a target on his back, because OG Hoover, Gumby, has been issuing some, you know, warnings to Boosie that if he ends up in there, well, his people is going to be on him, because Boosie has to turn himself in California. It's probably going to be the same place where Little Dirk is at right now, most likely. I don't know. But wherever, I know it's somewhere in California, he's turning himself in. And Gumby, that's his turf. You know, that's his territory. Gumby did a lot of time as well. Gumby got out. I think he had a life sentence or something, and he somehow beat that and ended up like getting out. Instead of doing life, he's out now. You know what I'm saying? So he is connected in the system, in prison. He's connected with a lot of people, and he's saying that Boosie owes him money. This stems from a altercation where Boosie was supposed to perform, and it sounds like he you know what I'm saying, something happened where they had a bag for him to come perform, and then Gumby wants his money back because something didn't go right. You know what I'm saying? I'll get all the details for y'all in another video, in a dedicated video, but it was some weird shit. Like, I mean, something weird happened with that whole thing where he wanted Boosie to perform, and Boosie said he performed, but something happened with the show where Gumby wasn't happy with how it turned out, and now he wants his money back. And he wants his money back now. And he's warning Boosie, give him his money back, otherwise it's on and popping. And so at that point, he's just being almost extorted at this point, publicly extorted. And Boosie's been trying to pretty much ignore him. And Now Gumby is getting angrier and angrier. Now he's even issuing warnings about his son. He said, because his son, Boosie's son, got in trouble as well. I think his name is like Tootie or something. And so Boosie's son got caught up in a jam. I think it involved some thumpers as well. Might have even been a switch involved. I don't really recall that one as well. You're gonna have to go back to my old videos where I have all the details. But whatever it was, Boosie's son, he might have to do some time. And OG Hoover Gumby is issuing warnings to Boosie and his son, saying, you know, next time they see them, if they end up in jail, specifically if they end up in prison where Gumby is, you know, says he has his power, they're in trouble. He's saying they're gonna be on them, and it's not gonna be sweet. It's gonna be something probably messy, and I don't even know if he's talking about unaliving him, but Gumby's crazy to be issuing these type of warnings in public like that. Because if something do happen, now they're gonna be looking at it like, Gumby, you ordered this from the outside. So they'll probably try to link that to Gumby if anything now happens, because Gumby was out here publicly issuing these warnings to Boosie. And so yeah, I might, like I said, I might do a dedicated video to that where, you know, I can show you the clips and everything, but I don't know what's really, you know, I haven't heard too many updates about that since then. I think Gumby realized he spoke too much, so he's trying to say less now. But when it comes down to it, that's pretty serious threats to Boosie and his son. So they better watch it if they're out in the California area. Looks like Gumby, it looks like some ignorant stuff too. It looks like some ignorant stuff, how Gumby just, you know, is blaming Boosie. From the details I heard, it didn't even sound like it was really Boosie's fault like that. It sounds like his manager. Like I said, I'm going to get into break that down in a whole video. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get over 100 likes on this video. Also, make sure you subscribe and everything like that. Follow Rap HITZ on social media. If you want to see the videos that aren't available to the public, check out the comment section description box. I got a link. You can check out Rap HITZ secret videos. And there's a bunch of videos in there that are not available to the public, so check those out if you get a chance. Yeah, that's about it for today, y'all. I'm out.